It's Whissel time. Your host, Kyle Whissel.
Here we go.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You are listening to Whissel Weekends here on AM 1170. The Answer. You can tune in on AM 1170, FM 96.1. You can also check us out live on Facebook on the Whissel Realty Group page. And Jason, I don't know, how we formalize this, but can we be the official home of the Chargers? Can we make our show the official radio show for the Chargers? I don't know. Does somebody have the rights to that?
You know what? I was kind of laughing when they won Thursday night, and your dad's like, "Hey, let's go back up there and watch the game up there in Orange County." It's not even in Los Angeles. What
It's
part?
in Carson.
In Carson.
Yes.
Right. And you said, "Well, my buddy who was the big donor and the big marketing agent there in that area for the Chargers no longer is." So I thought that was kind of curious. And I'm sure there's a story behind that. We probably won't get into it, but I'm sure Spanos did not follow through with some of his promises, would be my guess. So it's hard for me to put any money towards anything that might credit the Spanos family. But I'm excited the Chargers are doing well. I was happy that they won the game as a just football fan and a Charger fan for life. Again, I can't promote LA Chargers, but I'm still hopeful that some real owner will buy them and bring them back to the true home of the San Diego Superchargers.
And again, you're listening to Jason Hall with Team Home Loans, the self-proclaimed Chargers homer himself.
Go.
Also in studio, we've got a couple guests. We've got Shawn from Cali Comfort BBQ and Behind the Smoke. I don't even know how to introduce you anymore because you're so much more than a restaurant owner now.
Well, I appreciate you having me on, Kyle. I've always admired what you guys do, not just as a real estate company, but what you do digitally. And East County Eats is a staple. We met through East County Eats. You guys came out, and we had you on Behind the Smoke, our podcast with Valley Farm, and honored to be here on the show. Talk shop.
Yeah, I want to talk about what I saw in the news with you guys. Our opening segment here, we like to talk about what's going on in the news, but you're in the news, man. So talk about what's going down.
Well, we're a Chargers bar. We have always been a Chargers bar, diehard Charger fans. And when we opened up Cali Comfort BBQ in 2008, it was important to not just be a sports bar that said we were a Chargers bar just because we had jerseys on the walls and things like that. It was important that, we were season ticket holders. So I had to, first of all, figure out how is someone going to take care of the restaurant while I go to the games, because that's eight regular season games where we're tailgating. But we started cultivating this tailgating. One of our regulars, Aaron, he has a shop in Spring Valley, and he was a regular customer. We became friends, and he said, "Hey, H3 is where we tailgate." And that little thing grew to something where, before they left, we had probably about 200 people coming out to tailgate with us.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We missed out on that.
Yes.
Maybe it'll come back, Shawn.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Well, we've got the San Diego fleet coming to town. Think about how crazy the tailgate
so let's
parties
talk
are
about
going to
that.
be.
What is the San Diego Fleet, and what are they? Who is this?
Your guess is as good as mine, but I think it's the San Diego's attempt to satisfy the football community by giving us a team that plays
It's like a semi-pro team? What is it?
They're professional. These guys do it for a living.
They're
Todd,
professional.
you got the lowdown for us?
I just know it's the Alliance Football League is the name of the league that they're in, and our coach is Mike Marks.
He coached the Bears?
The Rams.
Rams. Okay.
He coached the Rams.
His show on turf.
Yeah, and he went to Madison High School, and he lives here in San Diego, and I know he's pretty, famous people that people don't realize lived and grew up in San Diego.
He won the title when they had Kurt Warner and
He
Marshall
did.
Faulk, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually had Jeff Garner on Behind the Smoke, the president of the fleet. And
Yeah.
what they're doing, Charlie Ebersol is actually the founder of the league, who's the son of Dick Ebersol from NBC Sports.
Oh,
so
wow.
he's the guy that did the 30 for 30 on the XFL. So smart, very smart. He brought in Bill Pullian. And, what the fleet are doing, they're trying to be a supplement to the NFL. It's the top 1% play in the NFL, and the top 2%, that's really where they're pulling from.
Kinda like the minor league,
Johnson,
right?
who's,
Kinda like-
What about the CFL? Because that's there's a Canadian football league
What?
too.
Canada?
Yeah.
You guys have
Yeah.
football up there?
Sort of.
Is it soccer or is it
No,
football?
it's football. Yeah, it's actual football.
They
So
got
we're probably like
Johnny
the last
Manziel's
10%.
playing up there,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
We
How's
are.
he doing? Is he actually
Terrible.
playing? Yeah.
Terrible. Yeah. Really
Surprise,
bad.
man.
Yeah, he's
No
really,
way.
really bad. Yeah.
Surprise. The guy's got a bigger head than, I mean, it was amazing some of the games he played in college, but I knew he just wasn't. He wasn't built to be a true NFL star, and mentally he just doesn't have the makeup. So
In CFL, he did like beyond awful. Like
Wow.
it was really, really
we sent you
bad. I
guys
think
Doug
he won one
Flutie,
game.
years ago, and Doug
Yeah.
did great.
He's great. Yeah, he won some great cups too, and then he came down. Yeah, no, he was great. So CFL is
All right, so
it's
CFL's
interesting.
legit. So this alliance is a legit
I never said
league,
it was legit.
Shawn.
I was just
Absolutely.
asking about it.
And so you would say this might
So
be course.
Josh Johnson was the quarterback for the Fleet, and he just got picked up by the Washington Redskins, and he just led them to victory. Josh Johnson went to
Yeah.
USD.
Yeah. So this is, you're right, since it's really, I heard Shannon Sharp talking about the other morning, there's only 1,500 players in the NFL.
Correct.
Out of like 7 billion people on this planet, right? Like,
Correct.
it really is the best of the best. And, if you're number 1501, you don't have a place to play,
That's correct.
right? Unless you go to the CFL,
Right.
and
Isn't
they
the
tried
XFL
Europe
coming out too?
stuff. No, the XFL went, but the Lions
coming
looks like
back.
They're coming
back.
Oh, the
XFL's
XFL's coming
coming
back
back.
too.
2020, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
so everybody's starting to come back, huh?
Well, because all
We
the
also
money
have
is
an
in
indoor
sports.
football league.
Yeah, all the money is in sports because it's the only thing you can actually get people to watch commercials on these days. Nobody watches commercials for anything but sports because sports
Okay.
is the one thing you don't want to watch recorded.
Do you guys not have Red Zone? Because I never watch commercials.
That's true.
I mean, all
Well,
I watch is Red Zone.
The only reason that's all you watch is because you're a obsessed fantasy football player, even though you suck and I beat you this week
Wait, listen to this guy.
in the
sucks.
playoffs.
I've been in this league. Nobody has more than 2 championships. I
Who
have
won
4.
this weekend? It
I
doesn't
have
matter.
4
Let's stop
championships.
talking about
and
history,
it's
okay?
bad.
It's
Who
the
won this
past.
I'm
weekend?
like the Raider guy.
Who won this
I got
weekend?
4 championships.
Right. So not everybody plays fantasy football, Jason.
I'm either
so
all
the only
in or I
reason you
lose.
watch the Red Zone is for fantasy football. Otherwise, you are a
No, I'm a football
homer,
fan.
and then you
I'm
watch your
definitely-
home team play, and you don't care as much about the other games. So that is the reason why sports, there's so many things coming back, because it's the one place you can get advertisers to pay for commercial space. Because
gotcha.
any other show, nobody's watching
You're
the
right.
commercials.
You're right.
Unless it, or awards things like
Even
the Emmys or
happened
Oscars
to watch
or whatever.
Nick on your team, who recently went up on The Price is Right, and he actually got called onto the show, made it up to, meet whoever the guy is now.
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey replaced Bob Barker, and he actually got to the Showcase Showdown to watch his little episode. I had to watch like 30 or 40 damn commercials, and it doesn't let you fast forward because you put it on video, on a digital link.
Streaming.
And I was like, so I just would walk around, get some other work done while the commercials are going, and then go back and see it because I hate watching commercials. But I want to get back to the Chargers. What do you guys think? Okay, we got Shawn in here from Cali Barbecue, big Charger fan, sports bar right there. I want to hear more about that. But do you guys think the NFL, if they have any push with refs or anything to do you think they really want the Chargers to be the division winner and actually host a game in that 20,000 something stadium, or is it going to come down to, no, we really don't want them there? Because it's going to look bad. I mean, NFL's already told the broadcasters not to show the stadium because the fans are a very small amount and they're always for the opposing team.
The problem is that in local media, the way that the stadium is portrayed is not what's actually happening. I'm a season ticket holder up at StubHub,
Right.
and it is the best NFL experience
It's
that
super
will
close.
ever happen.
We and Kyle were there.
That will ever happen. You guys went to a game?
Yeah, we were in a box. It was the closest box you can ever be in.
Correct.
I mean, you're
It's
on
a
top
very
of it.
Which game?
intimate
Which
experience.
game?
Buffalo
we went
game
to
last
the Bills
year.
game
The
last
Bills,
year
yeah.
because I'm a Bills fan. And
There you
But
go.
tell me what you
I
mean by
love watching
difference,
the
because I
Chargers
want to
scream
get
the
your
Bills.
input by that, because I was there for Buffalo and the LA Chargers, and you can't get any further away from San Diego or LA than Buffalo, I think, in the United States. And there was more Buffalo fans than there was, LA Charger fans. So I'm
But
just
what
what's
Buffalo
fun- what's
fan
funny
doesn't
is-
want to get the hell out of Buffalo and come
Correct.
to San Diego
Well,
in the middle of
apparently every
winter?
fan-
Why do you think Brad is here? Brad is
Yeah.
from Canada. He's getting the hell out
But I
of
want to
Canada.
get Shawn's
to get
input
down
on that,
here.
because he's going to more games. I only went to
Buffalo's
one
worse.
game. I've seen some TV
Well,
spots.
So we have a short memory here in San Diego. There were multiple times when our team was 1-15, and we were the only ones tailgating in Qualcomm. I mean, very limited. San Diego's the best fair weather city fan.
Totally agree.
And
Totally
so
agree,
is
Shawn.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, totally
I mean,
agree.
we are a town of transplants. So also when the NFL schedule comes out, guess where people want to go? If you're a diehard fan and you go to an away game, where are you going to go?
Right.
You see that.
Right, you want to go to San Diego, you want to go to LA, you want to go to
Southern.
Southern California. That makes sense.
Or
but,
soon Las
But
Vegas.
part of the reason
Sure,
is
exactly.
the
That's going
tickets.
to be the
I'll be
ultimate
going
away
there.
game.
Part of the
Absolutely,
reason is
for
the
sure.
tickets are available and they're actually reasonably priced.
Absolutely.
Historically, when they were here in San Diego and LA. So, that's a thing that I've always been bummed where, like, people in Chicago, like, they won't sell their damn ticket. There might be 1 or 2 fans, but 90+% of their fans, they do not sell the damn ticket. They don't care.
They also don't have the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that, John. I was there a couple weeks ago in Chicago. I totally agree. There's no place better than San Diego to me, but definitely even Southern California. Although I just personally can't support Spanos. That's just me. But I love Philip Rivers.
You're not
I
alone. You're not
I
alone.
want to see him go to the Super Bowl.
We've gotten plenty of hate as a restaurant for supporting the Chargers.
I'm sure there's been some stuff. So we can talk about that a little bit before we go to break here, maybe.
But let's talk about the Super Bowl. It's got to happen this year, Jason.
So the Super Bowl is
there.
Mercedes-Benz Dome?
Mercedes Stadium or Dome, whatever it's called, in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
And Kyle and I, it's been on our dream board and bucket list for years to go to Super Bowl. And Kyle's like, hey, Jason, this might be the year. And I'm like, okay, how are we going to get tickets? Because tickets get, I've heard $5-10 grand a ticket. And, I do well, but my wife would kill me if I put $5-10 grand on a ticket and told her I can't let her buy some new pairs of shoes, right? Like, and he's like, Jason, I've been watching the last, how many years, Kyle?
About 5 years.
5 years on ticket prices. And if you wait till the last hour, even on StubHub and anything online, prices come down because everybody asks for a huge amount. Kyle's one of the top agents in all of the United States, definitely in San Diego. And so he sees prices move up and down based on supply and demand. So he's actually been watching prices. Every seller wants to sell it for 10 grand. When there's 30 minutes left in the game, they take $1,000.
Sure.
Right. And there's at a price where Kyle and I are like, you know what? We're willing to go. So we're willing to fly out to Atlanta, hang out, enjoy all the events in hopes that we hit a good deal on some tickets. And I just told the wife I can't take her because she'll be mad if we don't go. Right. And I
told my wife, she's like, I want to go too. I'm like, tickets are going to be like $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. I'd rather give her some money to do something else because when you have the ladies there with you, there's a little bit more pressure to pay up and maybe do stuff. So that's what we're talking about, Super Bowl.
It's going to happen, dude. We got to be there.
Hey, I looked at the prices, man. It's about $500 for us to fly round trip. I'm ready. And Jared made a good suggestion. We should just buy them anyways and, use like Southwest. And if we don't go,
you can cancel anytime.
You can cancel anytime, get credit. It's not like you don't fly, right?
We
every week you're in a plane.
We had 2 of my best friends and me. We went to Miami.
Okay.
The Chargers just didn't come with us. That was our 14-2 year.
Yeah.
Wow.
14-2 year.
Did you already buy tickets?
We booked the hotel and we booked our plane flight.
And did you actually go to the game?
No, absolutely not.
Did you
we weren't
go
gonna
to
pay
Miami?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you didn't pay. Did you try to buy tickets?
No, we didn't.
You just
we
went for the
weren't going to
parties?
go watch the Colts play the Bears. Not a chance.
Yeah.
No. After Tom Brady and the Patriots stomped on the lightning bolt,
But
no
see,
chance.
since we're waiting for the last minute here, Shawn, to buy tickets, we're actually hoping the Chargers make it because I was telling Kyle, if it's like the Chargers and the Rams, I think that's going to be about the lowest price tickets we could get in Atlanta. I mean,
It's possible.
I can't think of another NFC team or AFC team that actually has a chance that would bring the prices down in Atlanta. Now, if the Saints go, the Bears go,
Basically anybody other than
anybody else
California
over there,
team.
Yeah, it's going to be big. Pittsburgh travels, as you know, one of the best, if not the best traveling teams. So do the Cowboys. I mean, all those teams, as I'm thinking about that are being the hunt, definitely are going to drive ticket prices. So we're kind of hoping LA and LA, and I'm there for the players. And I know my money won't be going to Spanos, so...
I love it. All right, guys, we're going to head to a break here. When we get back, we're going to talk a little more with Shawn with Cali Comfort BBQ and Behind the Smoke. I want to learn about what's going on with the restaurant and the new venture that's happening in La Jolla. You're listening to Whissel Weekends, AM 1170, The Answer.